Step number 23 for the advanced oboist is a beautiful concerto titled Concerto in C for Oboe and Orchestra by Franz Joseph Haydn. This is a great classical concerto. I advise advanced players to play this first movement and to memorize it and use this for concerto competition. There's a lot of competitions across the country for players that are under 18 or under 21, and we're looking for a really wonderful piece of music to really show off the oboe and your specific talent. And this is one of those pieces I would recommend to spend some time with sometime in your high school years, that you have an opportunity to really show your talent. At the very beginning, we want to make sure that we get the tempo that works for you. It is actually I-Allegro spiritoso, which means with a lot of life, a lot of depth, a lot of character. So starting off at letter D, we're going to just play the opening for you with the cadenza. There's a lot of different interpretations that you can have of cadenzas, but this is one style at the beginning. And that's the opening of the piece. As we play, we have a lot of different sequences of 16th note runs. Starting at letter E is an example of that. Make sure that we play them evenly. Some players think of 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can experiment with that yourself to see what really works for you. But the idea is to play the runs very, very evenly, and a lot of nuance, going up the scale, a little crescendo, going down the scale, a little diminuendo. Even if it's not written in the music, you can actually add that as a little nuance to your performance. So here's a little bit of E with a pickup note. As we progress in the music, we come to a section that's very interesting. And what we want to do here is we come across, we have a pattern starting on forte, where we have A-A-A-D. We want to pick that up at that particular spot. This is after the dolce section that we have between E, letter E, and letter F. Let's try a little bit of that together. We have a lot of passages that are like that style of playing, and again, start off playing it very slowly at the very beginning, not quite that tempo, but you sort of want to get into that tempo eventually. So as we look through the pieces of music and you find this kind of rhythmic pattern, again, play it slowly and then pick it up again to the regular tempo. As we move on in this first movement after letter G, we have a part here that's very trumpet-like. We want to pick that up here right before letter H. So it sounds like this. Then we take a pause, a little break, and then we have a running passage of notes here that's mezzo piano. It's a completely different style. After that very trumpet-like fanfare, then we play the next section, very, very mezzo piano, almost like total violin playing. And we want to practice that on a slower tempo to get into that. So we would play like this. that style of playing. And when you have that style of playing, you can increase the tempo to the actual tempo that suits you for the actual performance. At the end of this movement, which is common in the classical period, there is a cadenza at the very end. And again, for contest performances, usually these are optional, but most players like to play these cadenzas. And there's one written out for you. I suggest you take a look at the cadenza. These cadenzas are designed for the player to adjust the tempo marking. So you're starting off slow, gradually playing faster, and then bringing the tempo back again. So with a private teacher, you can have a lot of success on working your style of how you want the tempo to go, and exactly the stylistic part of the music that you want to add that is your own unique talent. So this, again, is a very, very exciting piece of music. I hope you enjoy playing it. And if you find the piece to be a little exhausting, ask your teacher about making some cuts in the music. There's opportunity to play this with cuts of the music that make it much more easier to play endurance-wise. And for many contest performances, there's a limit of 5 minutes. So in trying to get this music performed in that, it might be advisable to cut the music whenever possible. So have fun with this piece. Enjoy it. It's one of my favorite pieces. Good luck with your performances.